Hey guys, hello, hello. Look at all of you here already. Yes, you are early, Dave. Hi, hi, hi. For anybody who is brand new to this live, I am Kathy with Northstar Prepsteader, and I hail from West Central Minnesota. It is the middle of, well, it feels like the middle of summer. It's actually just the end of spring here. But good evening, Dave. Thank you. Hi, Alicia, Julie. Hello, hello, hello. So Grammy Karen, hello. How are you? Dawn, hi. Oh yes, hot. It is hot. We had 2 or 3 days it hit 100 and over. But right now we're just in the mid to upper 90s. That's all. Which is about 20 degrees higher than our average, our normal. So, oh, yes, Dave. Oh, it is unusual, Grammy Karen. Yes, very unusual. We haven't had any rain. It's hot, dry, low humidity. We've had some days with some really good wind, so that's drying everything out even more. And it's like it's the end of July here or something. No, right now we're typically in the 70s. We might get up to an 80 or something, but 70s, maybe even 60s. A lot of rain. Our grass is already in brown out there. It's not a good thing out there right now. So yes, I had to put in my second AC unit, which is like 2 feet from me, and I have it off right now so that I don't have all that noise going on during the live. But anyway, they've been going around the clock. Okay, yeah, it is so dry and hot. And yet for like Texas and, I mean, there you are, Kiri, you're probably getting are you in the area where you're getting a lot of rain? Hey, Southern Blessed Homestead, hello, how are you? But yes, the southern states are getting lots of rain, more rain than what they need, and we are dry. So, oh, Dave, I hear you. I hear you. The electric bill is definitely climbing. Oh, it's been pretty decent all spring, but it's not now. They're just running two window units running around the clock. Absolutely. So, yes, very, very hot and very dry. So, Grammy Karen, what has it been like for you? I've seen that Zach and Jen, they've been getting some rain. So it looks nice and green and lush in Kentucky. That must be Patty on Southern Blessed, because I don't think Mac will say hello, darling, to Grammy Karen. He might, but it's like, I don't know. Oh, good, Megan. Oh, that's great. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming. Connie, hello. Hugs to you. So, Kiri, it has really gotten hot today, humid on the drier side of the state. Okay. Yeah, you've been hot there, but you do have your air conditioning now, right? You get your window fixed. Hi, Patty from Oregon. How is it out there in Portland? Thrifty VG, hello. How are you? Oh, that's right. Mac is traveling. I forgot about that. He has just been a social butterfly this spring. He's just like out and about. Him and Flash, just hitting the road. visiting. So he's liking this kind of retirement, I think. The grass and weeds in your vegetable garden have grown like crazy. Well, I suppose if you're getting a little bit of rain, so one thing that's not growing here, because we haven't gotten any rain. Well, Kyria, that at least helps. You know what I do? I have just really small units, but I'll put a fan in that room to blow it into other areas of the house, and it keeps the whole house cool. So you might want to think about doing something like that if you're able to. I just put them in the doorway and everything. Mary, hello. How are you? My cousin is here. You've been mulching like crazy to hold it off. That really helps too. Yes, lots of mulching for this dryness. And oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, Patty. Michigan Daffodil, hello. Yes, you caught another one. That's so great. Oh, you guys, thank you for welcoming my cousin like that. That's great. You a large house, 4-bedroom, you keep it comfy with 3 window units. Yep. Yeah, I have one upstairs and then one downstairs, and I'll put actually 2 fans in the doorway of the one upstairs. So because I have 3 bedrooms upstairs, and so I've got the air conditioner unit on the opposite end of the room, and then I put a box fan probably about 3 or 4 feet from the door. And then in the doorway, I have smaller oscillating fans. So the box fan helps to get that cold air and send it right down the stairwell. So that, because colder air sinks, so it just sends it right down the stairwell from that direction. And then the oscillating one helps to get cool air into the side bedrooms. And so by the time I go to bed at night, my room is nice and cool. But in this kind of heat, I've had to have one going down here too, in the den here. And then I have a fan in the doorway, like right behind me. And that'll help blow into the living room. And then I have another one in the living room that helps blow it to the other end of the house. So it's kind of a system around there, but when you spend $15 on a box fan or something, it's a whole lot cheaper. So, but it keeps everything cool and does well. You getting storms, Mary? Oh, okay. I hope you do get some up there. You guys have been getting more than I have. I mean, it's been just going to the north of me. So 73 in rain. Yeah, we've been easily 100 degrees. Eliza from Homegrown Wife, I think it is. Homegrown Wife. She just lives a little bit west of me, about an hour and a half, and they were at 106 on Friday or Saturday. So yeah, I wasn't keeping track of it by the hour, but I knew that we were at least 100, and it was hot. That is hot. Your bedroom is very large, and you. Oh my goodness! Wow. Yep. Close the rooms. Yep. Your fans going in all bedrooms, the living room, dining room. Yeah. Oh. Liza's getting roasted. Yes. Did you see her? She had a little clip on Instagram today. She was watering her mama pig. She was, kind of watering the wallow, but the sow was just like laying in it and just like, oh, and just kind of splashing and rolling in it. And it was just, you could almost just hear her just go, oh my goodness, it feels so good. It's just like, oh. So it was so cute. It really was. Oh, that's good, Kiri. I'm glad you're up north a little bit. So that's great. Yeah, her pig was so lovely. Exactly, Patty. It was great. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. So I finally got all of my brand new beds replaced. I replaced the old ones and got the new ones in place. It took about 3 hours for each one, because just getting it ready, prepping the whole area, and making sure that there weren't any wood chips or dirt, pulling the weeds, getting the whole area around the old pile of dirt, um, before I put the new one down, and then disassembling the old bed and everything. So, yes, hooray for new beds. It is a lot of work. It is a huge amount of work. And in that way, I'm really grateful that we had a lot of dry weather to be able to get that done. So rather than me trying to dive out and do it in between rainstorms and things like that. So I got them all in before the extreme hit, the extreme heat hit. And, but now I've just been working a couple at a time and getting them planted. And so thank you guys. Yes, and it looks so good. Looks so much better in there. It gives me inspiration again, instead of looking at old rotted wood that's in there and trying to say, get another year out of it, and it's just, when your garden is looking sad and very old and falling apart and kind of crappy, it's like you don't feel that inspired to be able to go out there and do much. So I knew it was a huge project. I mean, it took me a year to get it all done in the end, but it's in there. And yes, I filmed it. And so I'm working on editing it, and I hopefully start to finally get some videos up for you guys, instead of just seeing your wonderful, I can't say I can see your lovely faces, but I don't see your faces, but that you're here live. And you guys have been such a great support all year. I really, really, really appreciate it. So you're rebuilding the flower beds, restacking stone wall borders. Yeah, it's huge. When you first set things up and you're just grabbing wood and putting this and everything, you don't really think about longevity necessarily. You're just thinking about arrangement and the landscaping and getting stuff in, and let's get this done. I want to put this here and there and everything. And so thanks, Julie. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. And it's when you press for time too and getting it all done. But anyway, so as you rebuild, or as you put in a new bed, or having to rebuild them like me and then Dave, think about the longevity of it. Now I used just plain pine boards, and they lasted 7 years. So, which sounds like, wow, that's a really good long time, but that 7 years goes so fast, because it's like, okay, you're planting, and then you're harvesting, you're growing, and then winter, and then you're back into the next cycle of everything. And those years just click on by, and then all of a sudden it's like, I have to replace these again. And right now, the cost of lumber, it's like, that's one of the reasons, well, it wasn't so much the cost of lumber a year ago. It wasn't skyrocketing yet. But I mean, I'm still glad that I did this at this point, because the preservation on them that I've done, the burning and the oiling and everything else, is going to allow it to last a whole lot longer. And so I'm really, really glad that I decided to go for that, because instead of lasting 7 years, I might get 10 or 12 years out of there. So that's good, Patty. And yeah. So be able to plan those. Rocks will last a long time too. Yes, Carrie. Oh, yeah. So no, that's great. Yeah, just things, if you're going to be going through the work to, to have all those in, do it so that you make sure that you've got, like you're streamlining your future, kind of, in that way. And so it's like, think about down the road. It's like, okay, so I'm going to put in a raised bed. Is a 10-inch raised bed going to be enough, or should I go 18 inches or 2 feet or something? You know, it's like what's going to be, depending on your age, your physical abilities, different things like that. And so it kind of makes a difference. You never run out of free rocks. It sounds like it. You have a very rocky area there. That's good. And if anything, you can just scrape away the 7 inches of topsoil you have, and then bust up some rock underneath there, and you can make your own. Yes, rocks will last forever there. So anyway, I'm going to talk to you about what I have been planting, because that was one aspect I didn't get to film. So before I dump them all on the ground here, I thought that would be kind of fun. I just dropped one. So anyway, here's my garden map. That is true, Julie. That is very true. Might have to go back to rocks. I don't have much for rocks in my yard here, but Minnesota has lots of rocks. So I could just go to a farmer down the road and say, hey, can I have some of your rocks? You'd probably be happy. You'd probably pay me to take some. It's like, here, please take some. Oh. Okay, Alicia. Yeah, just be really careful. If you have, I don't know what you've done, if you have like container plants or anything like that, those you might want to just get in under an overhang or something like that. A lot of old houses built out of cool. Well, speaking of cool, it keeps it cooler too. So I think that's an awesome thing. So, all right. So I'll kind of show you a little bit, but so this is the gate of my garden, and then going to the back here. So this is my skinny beds are on the side here, although I just kind of drew them up here, but there's so it's not like a nice drawing here, but it's functional for me. So anyway, here, this whole bed is all peppers. So these, so I have a dozen of them that were from Matt and Sarah, and I have King of the North and Lunchbox peppers. So I have 6 of each of those, so it's going to be kind of cool. I know, garden map. So I had to kind of write them out and code them here so I know which one was which. And then I put in, I planted probably 8 or 10 seeds of each of these, so I'll just have to thin them out. But I wanted to make sure that I got, I wasn't going to put in just one seed and count on that one to grow, but they're actually already starting to germinate. I've seen some little first leaves coming up, and they've only been in the ground. The seeds have only been in for 3 or 4 days, and they're already coming up. And I was like, oh, they love this heat. So, all right. So Edgevarsky peppers and Edgevarskys and some purple beauties, and then Sunbright. Those are yellow. So again, red, purple, yellow, and then some big reds, some more reds. So I have quite a few that are going to be reds. Those are going to be, hopefully, even though I'm starting those from seed, they're a shorter term pepper. So I'm hoping that I can still get enough of them that will be able to ripen by the end of the season. So if this heat is keeping up, they're going to grow really fast. Patty, I love making a garden map. I know sometimes this is all it is, and sometimes it's like really just detailed and using a ruler and everything else. And this is just like really quick this year. So you're saying hi to one another. There you go. Michigan daffodil, your beans are fast, but the rabbits are nibbling them. Oh no. Oh, Might need to put some chicken wire around them or something like that. On the grow box. Oh, I hope rabbits are adorable. They're pretty until they start eating your food. You become old farmer, was it Mr. McGregor? When Peter Cottontail, Peter Rabbit. So anyway, I've got 20 pepper plants, a whole variety. So I'm kind of excited about that. They're all sweet peppers. I don't have any hot peppers in here yet, but your wild rabbits used to leave you good fertilizer. Yeah, you have good intentions. Put the seeds planted in a binder clip. Now it's oh, I know. Oh, it's it's a surprise garden this year, right? Oh, goodness sakes. So my strawberry bed, I wasn't able to get the I've got the new wood around it and everything, but I wasn't able to get to that before the strawberries were already setting fruit and everything else. So I'm just leaving those in there at this point to just finish fruiting out for another few weeks or whatever. And once they're done, then I'm going to clear that bed out, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put in there. I might just put ryegrass in for just to regenerate the soil after being strawberries for 4 or 5 years now. So I might do that. But then I've got a green stalk planter that the strawberries are going to go into. So kind of rearranging a few things there. Haven't planted those yet, but I just wanted to wait till they're done fruiting. Yes, a lot of peppers. So I'm sure I'll be giving some away, but I do love having peppers in salads and eggs and all kinds of things. So I have a variety of colors, which would be kind of fun. The tiny sweet peppers from the grocery store. Oh, okay. Well, let's hope that they do that, Kiri. Yeah, that'd be interesting. So, you had a car at a shop taking forever, and the shop disappeared with the car. What? Are you serious, Megan? You lost somebody stole your car? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Lynn, hi. Oh, that's so great. Oh, nature planted your carrots for you, right? That is so funny. That is so great. Oh, Megan, I am so sorry. That is not a good day. Oh. I will keep you in my prayers. Oh my goodness, that's tough. So, anyway, then I've got my comfrey doing well. I separated some out, so they're soaking in a bucket right now before I send them off to you guys. I want to make sure that they're good and hydrated, especially after this dry spring. Then I planted, these are my 3x6s. So this one is half beans, and they're purple beans. I like more purple things in the garden this year. So I did purple beans, and let me show you. Oh, I wanted to show you what these look like. That's what I wanted to do. Let me see here. Well, I'll do the beans first, then I'll go back to the peppers. All right, beans. Oh, here we did. Royal Burgundy. So there are 25 seeds in there. I planted all 25 of them. So I'm looking, it's like, there's hardly any here. It's like, I would need like 5 of these packets to take care of one bed. Because I usually plant about 100 plants in a bed. But anyway, yeah, so that should be kind of fun. Easy to see. The green ones are so hard to see. But anyway, it's like an early burgundy. And these are 50-day bean. So those should be When should they be done? By the end of July for sure. So that'll be good. And then the carrots, I do two different carrots. One was no picture on the Gurney ones, but there's so many seeds in here. There's a tender sweet carrots, and where's my other carrots? Danvers half long carrots. And this one was from the Seed Plant Company. I don't even remember where I got this from. But anyway, it has some seeds in there. So they're Danvers half long. So I think these are going to be my nice long carrots, and these will be just some short stubbies. So we'll see. Getting a variety going there. Oh, that's working out well then, Carrie. Wow. Yes, those are fast beans. So I wasn't going to grow any beans this year because I still have so many, but just putting out 25 plants and having some fresh and purple beans, it's just kind of like a little side thing. It's not going to be a major production for me. So just get a little bit in here. So then let me go back to find the peppers. Oh, I bet you they're in. Are they under here? Let me see. Oh, I've got them here. So King of the North and the lunchbox, I don't have pictures of because Matt and Sarah grew those. Unless I have them, unless they're in this seed catalog. This is an old one, but I still keep it for pictures and information and stuff like that. So peppers, tomatoes, squash, peppers. Here we go. And they might not be. I was thinking about planting these because I've got these, the Chinese 5. They're all hot peppers. And I don't really want the hot peppers right in the middle of my sweet pepper bed. So unless I have room somewhere else that I just don't know where to put anything, then I might do that. But King of the North. Jalapenos. Stir fry. I don't see them. They might be a different company that they got them from. King of the North and Lunchbox. So they might have been Frisky, banana, they might have been like in my garden or something. Mini Bell. I did the purple Murasaki. Oh, here they are. There we go. I don't see the lunchbox ones, but there's King of the North down here. Right there. Oops. So those are a 68-day pepper. So that's where I was really looking at that this year with all the peppers that I have, that they would be like 75 days or less, so that they would end up being able to ripen in, if I got an early frost again. So carrots are easy growth and give them to germ without weed pressure. Yes, they are. Oh, I hear you, Patty. Jesus is Lord. Hello. Thanks for coming in. So, all right. So the peppers, King of the North and Lunchbox from those. And then I have, where did they go? I might have them somewhere else. Because got too many pieces flying around here. So anyway, you know the peppers I have. So okay, then I have my little I have two little beds that are 1x4s. You can see they're kind of right in the middle here. And I'm thinking about putting my green stock in between them. I haven't decided yet. It's just drawn in. But anyway, then I have these two little beds. One of them is I did all nasturtiums. So it's like I'm just gonna have one flower bed here. But nasturtiums so that I can those are edibles as well as pollinators, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I know I'm trying to open them. These are the two that I got. So all those pretty colors in there, and I think that'll be kind of a nice little box of riot of color in there in the garden. I think that'll be kind of fun. So aren't those pretty colors? So just like, I love the mix of ones, but the salmon sunset is so pretty. That's so pretty there too. So, all right, so I've got one whole box of those, and then I have another box that's all, my other 1x4 is all bunching onions, and I put two different kinds of bunching onions in there actually. Kind of, Dave. Yeah, they're, I mean, the flowers are edible. You can throw them into salads. And they also are supposed to help, I'm drawing a blank right now, but they're supposed to help keep beneficial insects in your garden and repel harmful insects. Oh, you do eat both the flowers and the leaves. Okay. Oh, Patty, that's so great. If these aren't 4 o'clocks, I do have 4 o'clocks, but I'm probably going to put those in another bed. So, all right, bunching onions. Where are you? I was organized previously, but okay. You the one that went on the floor? Why can't I find you here? Onions? Oh, here's one. It's called a red beard onion. And what's the other one? Oh, here we go. And then Tokyo long white one. So used up all of those seeds too. So I've emptied both of those. But anyway, Tokyo long white bunching, and then the bearded one ends up actually looking like this. So it's got a little bit, it's a little stronger flavor. It says it looks actually a little bit more like a leek, but with more heat and flavor than a leek. So it's a large bunching onion. So anyway, that'll be kind of fun. They're nasturtiums. Yeah, Patty, these are nasturtiums. They don't say it anywhere on these packs, but they are nasturtiums. So the 4 o'clocks are a little bit different, but yeah. You soaked a whole jar of nasturtium leaves in white vinegar. Oh, cool. Did that leave a really good flavor? Or, I mean, or was it just really very mild flavor, Dave? Or was it, that's really interesting. It's very cool. Just the flowers, good varieties, you know, the bearded one before. Okay. French breakfasts are great. Oh, the seeds. Hey, Glenn, thanks for coming in. Yeah, Patty, this is the first time that I've grown these. This year is the first time I've used this particular variety. So I always have bunching onions at some point during, or I grow a certain amount every year anyway, because I like going out and just, picking a couple dozen of them, bringing them in, and then just, I like to have my green onions so that they're chopped up and in a container or a baggie or something like that in the fridge, so that I can just grab some, throw it into whatever I'm making. And I just like to have those. So, yeah, I am going to put I do have 4 o'clock seeds around here somewhere, and I'm going to put them probably on my south side of my house and kind of intersperse them around my my containers that I have herbs in and everything. So, hey, Sweet Pea Farm. Hello, how are you doing? There's a zest to the nasturtium vinegar, but not too strong. Okay. Oh, how fun. Does it turn color too, like according to what these are? And do you need to dry them first, Dave, rather than you don't put them fresh in the vinegar, right? You have to dry them first. Oh, that'd be so cool. Peach color. Fun. And you did use like white wine vinegar with that. You got lots of daikon in the ground, about a field seed. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's a lot of seed. That's a lot of seed, Megan. All right. So, moving on. So we've done our peppers, did right here, the strawberries, and then the beans and the carrots. And then this bed is the nasturtiums. This one is the onions. Okay, down here is a whole mixed bag of things. Another 3 by 6 foot bed. I have a couple boards that are already in there that I actually had to weed out a lot of the volunteer boards that came up. So use fresh. Okay. Okay, so you didn't have to worry about them rotting then. Maybe vinegar is different than oil then. So that'll be... Jesus is Lord. No, I don't hear from them. Occasionally they will like something on my Instagram, but otherwise they've been very, very busy just getting their homestead kind of back in order after being on the road for so long, and working, and just, I know that they're really inundated out there trying to take care of things, but that is true, Megan. It is. So, okay. Well, that's awesome, Dave. That is great. That's good to know with vinegar. That's really good to know. So in that other bed, I have, where are they? I have some marigolds, again, for pest control, and a little bit of beauty. So there's going to be like a lot of orange flowers out there, aren't there? So, but these marigolds, aren't they cool? I've never seen one like that before. So it's a sun orange marigold from Baker Creek. And it's not your usual like marigold leaf type of thing. So this should be kind of pretty. They, plants get 20 inches high, so we'll see how that goes. Vinegar already has water in it. Well, oil, okay. Oh, you're welcome, Patty. Yes. Okay. And then I put in parsley. I have actually 2 different varieties, but I only used one. And I use the Giant of Italy. I do have a real curly leaf one, but just didn't have enough room for it. And so it's a flat leaf parsley that I put that in there, Italian. And so I've got a little bit of that in there. So marigolds, and then parsley. And then I have 4 varieties of basil. So I'm a half a bed of all basil. So it's like, so I've got some of this wonderful Thai sweet basil that Dave sent me. So, Tinker's Wife, you're talking about these marigolds, they said 20 inches high. And that was Baker Creek. So, Um, so I've got Thai basil. Oops. I have some lime basil. And I have some lemon basil that somebody sent me in these little packets. And I don't remember who they were because there's no name on it. And then I got my free ones from Baker Creek, some cinnamon basil. So anyway, cinnamon, Thai, lemon, and lime. Whew, that sounds like some good stuff, doesn't it? And I still have seeds left from my mini Greek basil, but I was like, I'm going to try these first, so if I have room somewhere else in one of the other beds, I'll throw some in there. So, let me see, just checking up on the chat here. Thanks, Michigan Daffodil. Your herb starts to do terrible this season. You need to reseed and try again. I was wondering about that too. And I was asking Julie earlier too, is like, I didn't get to start anything this spring. It was just too chaotic with everything, and I just didn't get to do any starts. So if I were to start, and Patty, Tinker's wife, maybe you would know better, that show the basil package. The other one's on the floor. This one says lemon basil sample. The other one had the seeds in it. So I had 2 little packets like this. So what I was wondering is if I were to start the herbs now, and I know they take up to 3 or 4 weeks for them to really germinate and get going and everything. If I started them now and still planted them small, like even by August or something, allow them to get established and root a little bit, even though they won't be like full blown or anything, would they still survive the winter? Would they be okay? I had a lot of my herbs that didn't make it this spring. A lot of my peppermint and lemon balm. There's some that are starting to kind of come up a little bit now, but the sage survived better than anything else actually. But I lost a lot of herbs over the winter, and so there's a lot of things I'm going to need to restart. Oh, it is here. Oh, thank you, Michigan Daffodil. So I got my lemon basil that I planted. Yes, thank you so much. So between Dave and Michigan Daffodil, Oak Knob Farm, you guys supplied me with half my basil garden this summer. So that was really wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, so those, I'm really excited about the different flavors, and I put the lemon and the lime on opposite sides, and then I have cinnamon and then the Thai kind of in the middle. I have 4 rows of it going, so we'll see how that goes. You guys will have to give me ideas. Either put them in the comments below or something so that I can have it, or put a note on my community page, or even message me on Instagram or something about any ideas of great recipes to use with any of these, or great ways to use it, whether it's in a tea or making pesto or any of that kind of stuff. So I would love to know, because I don't do much with basil, but I love the smell of it and everything. So I can bring them inside. Right now I have them sunk into my garden bed. So I can remove them if I need to. But they're perennials, and they're zoned or they're hardy for my zone. So they came up last spring and they were fine. They just decided they couldn't do it this year. So I don't know if they're biannuals or instead of perennials, or what the deal is. I don't know. But the shrubby herbs area generally hardy except in windy, freezing weather. If established, you could cover them. I know. I mean, peppermint should make it through kind of anything. And they were covered with about 6 to 8 inches of leaves, and well protected. They're against the house, so I'm just not sure why they didn't make it. unless it was just too dry and I didn't realize how dry it was getting. That's a possibility. So yeah, mints are perennials. That's what I thought. So anyway, I do have some reestablishing to do in that. So but I think it's still early enough in the year, in the season, where I can get things going. So all right. So those are the things that I actually have planted, and then my because I'm amending soil and doing some other things all at the same time. And it's almost 100 degrees outside, so just can't do it all at one time. But my other bed on this side, it's a 4x6. I'm going to get, hopefully I'll still be able to find some onion sets. I'm going to get a bag of those and just make them all big onion sets. Maybe 2 bags. We'll see how they are. And then this other one, right now I've got like a stack of cardboard on there that I was going to use to make another garden area, but just haven't been able to get to that. There's only so much energy and time to go around. I'm getting older, guys. It takes longer. Oh, so what do we have here? Oh, yeah. Well, I keep my aloe in all the time. Yeah. You got rosemary to make it. Finally been putting in the crook between sidewalk and patio. Interesting. Dave, you said you planted too much, ran out of space for your planted beans this year. Oh, well, you know what? They don't take very long. So even if you were to do a planting in at the end of July or something, you could still get a good harvest out of them. If you have something else that's going to be done at that point in time, that would be something to think about it. So I'll get to it. Yes, Julie, I will. And now that I've got like 2/3 of my garden is planted, it's starting to feel better in there. But anyway, then this one down here, I'm going to make into, I'm going to try to do a couple cherry tomato plants from seed and see if they will grow fast enough and produce by then. If they don't, they don't. It's nothing that's a have to. And as far as any other big tomatoes or anything, I have so much tomato sauce, so many tomato products that I don't need to grow tomatoes this year. I really don't. That's an idea, Dave. You could certainly do that. So anyway, do a couple of those, and then I'm going to do some other herbs. Put some ashwagandha in there. Oh, I should show you the tomatoes that I'm planning on putting in there. So the 2 that I want to do, they're both cherry tomatoes. So this is from Baker Creek, Purple Bumblebee. Don't those look great? And what I want to do with them is cut them in half and dehydrate them and have them stored away for snacks. So I think that would be really, really good because I don't like tomatoes fresh. But I will dehydrate them and do that. And then the other one is this tropical sunset. I'm going to have a lot of things that color in the garden, aren't I? It must be an orange year for me or something like that. So anyway, thinking about doing those. I know, Dave, no tomatoes, but these would be the ones I would need. Yeah, I really don't need it anymore. I've got so much tomato stuff. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and it would be so. I mean, you just go and grab them, and you just cut them in half and lay them on the tray. So it'd be really, really quick. And then the ashwagandha, that doesn't really show the plant too much, but it is, I did a thing on it a couple months ago, but another herb. So this is an annual, and that's why I would put that in the bed, like with the tomatoes and stuff. So I do an annual, and maybe some flowers in around there. So we'll see. So that would go into that bed. And then I've got my two little, like 1 foot square beds. Okay, so here, here is my garden gate, and then I have the arbor here, and so there's little boxes on either side of here of the arbor that can grow up, and so I'm gonna do some cucumbers in there. Oh, you cut them in quarters? Oh, that probably would make them dry easier. Thank you for that tip. So these are the two kind of cucumbers I have. One is a Wisconsin. I don't know what SMR means, but anyway, they're both 55-day cucumbers, and so I figured that they could kind of climb up the trellis a little bit, and then this was a homemade pickles. So anyway, these cucumbers will be good for pickling, and I haven't tried pickles for over 20 years, so I'm going to try them again and see if I can do them right this time. If not, I'll have a whole bunch of pickles I can give to somebody and just do that. So, oh, hi, Christy. No worries. No worries. So, oh, you guys, cucumber sandwiches. Okay, I've not tried that before. But I like the little smaller ones for pickles, so those will work good. So anyway, those are going to go in that little box there. Then what I have left are the long 1 by 8 foot ones that I have alongside my fence here. There's 3 of them, and last year I had sunflowers in them and a bunch of other things and carrots and stuff and some squash and but anyway, this year I'm going to have, not sure if yet how it's going to work, but they're going to, because they don't say how far they stretch out or, vine out. But I'm going to do one with Sugar Baby watermelon. This kind of heat keeps up, they'll grow just fine. And then Le Lanao Sweet Glow watermelons. And then a Minnesota Midget cantaloupe. Right there, Minnesota Midget. So those will be kind of my melon beds. And so melons and cucumbers. And so these are things that I didn't grow last year. And that's kind of the thing, like when you've got, oh my goodness, we've been going almost an hour here. When we've got, I produce so much, like say all the tomatoes, that I can, skip a year, give it a bye, and then plant other things. And we've talked about this before, but it's kind of fun to be able to go, okay, now I can put this in, I can try this and see how that grows. And I don't feel pressured or stressed to make sure that, I've got to have this in there. I don't have room for this, all that kind of things. So, you just planted your melons yesterday too? Okay, great. Cold cucumber soup? Now that sounds good. Toast with mayo and cucumbers, maybe some pepper. Root rot is definitely an issue with aloe. Okay. Planted outside. Oh, you are brave, Dave. You put the melons outside the fence? Oh my goodness. So anyway, I have these. I've been taking these outside, just sticking. These were a couple extra containers I had in my cases. So I pulled the seed packets that I wanted to plant and just threw them in here so that I knew that I would have them ready to go. And just take them out there and then get them all done. So anyway, I'm getting there. And I have to keep reminding myself it's only June 7th. Last year it was the 10th or 12th, something like that, before I got things in, and I still had a bountiful year. So I think as warm as it is right now, unless the weather were to just turn to the 50s for 3 weeks or something, I think we're going to be, stuff is going to grow fast. It's really going to grow. Haugen and watermelon, 2 pounds out in the deer. Oh, you're just growing treats for them, I think, Dave, right? Oh my goodness. So my garden tip for tonight is to work amendments and fertilizer into your soil before you plant. You know, get it all worked in there and everything, and then put your starts in there or your seeds or whatever. But anyway, try to think about doing that as part of your soil prep instead of just planting them in there and then just trying to throw all kinds of fertilizer on it right away. But do on that. So, yeah, these are good. So salt and pepper in your coffee. Oh, I know. I love these little boxes, Patty. They're so great. Thanks, Julie. Then my prep tip for tonight is that, you know, that's the thing I forgot. Have a bucket of screws. Anyway, when you're building any type of structure on your homestead, even if it's an apartment and you're putting something out on your patio or your deck or whatever, try to use screws instead of nails. I mean, nails, if you need the nails for strength in there too, that's fine. But screws, you use a good quality, like a deck screw, something that's a coated exterior screw. It's going to last a long time, almost forever. Yeah, prep time. Like I said, my beds were 7 years old, almost 8, I think now at this point. 2000. Oh yeah, probably 8 years now. This summer. Yep, screws, they are stronger, but they're not only is it easier to put things together, but when you have to go replace a board or you know, repair something, easy to take them out. You can do that. It's so hard to take a nail out that you've sunk in there, you know, and everything, trying to get that out. You end up wrecking things, and it's frustrating and all that kind of stuff. Easy to zip a screw right out of there. And then these screws, I've got a whole bucket from my old beds that I'm just going to clean them up a little bit, and they're almost like new. So I'll be able to repurpose them into other projects. And so I'm really excited about that. And so just think about doing that. You know, that screws are a really good thing to have on your homestead for doing that, but repurpose them. Don't just take the beds and just throw them away with screws in there and stuff like that, but actually pull them out and reuse them. And just make sure they're ones that don't rust and things like that, because then they'll be good. Drywall screws are no good. Nope. Yep, you have to be deck or coated screws. Absolutely. I mean, because I have harsh weather here. I mean, hot summers and cold winters, and these things look brand new. I mean, they really do. So anyway, I've also included in the links below, again, the in the description below, some links for Freedom Homestead and for Never Enough Thyme. These people are still dealing with all kinds of things. So if you guys are able to donate, go to their PayPal or their GoFundMe or something like that and help them out, that'd be super. If you can't, at least start watching their videos and help them out that way. So anyway, appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming and walking through my garden a little bit with me. So hopefully by next week I will have everything done. Oh, I'm hoping it by maybe Wednesday. We're supposed to have some rain on Friday, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Oh, that's great, Patty. That's good. So so anyway, yes, hoping to have that all done in a couple days and have everything planted and ready to go. So we'll see. All right, you guys, take care. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you, all my moderators. If you guys haven't checked out their channels, please do. I appreciate all of your help and your work and everything. So, guys, take care. God bless. Always have hope. Love y'all. Bye-bye.